Hello spectator, get ready to be amazed by the hero of today's film who possesses an extraordinary ability that many of us have probably dreamt of having at some point. This man can effortlessly predict any of your upcoming actions with precision, as he has the power to see the future few minutes ahead. Today's story is based on the sci-fi movie titled Next. Chris has an unusual routine. He visits the same local diner at the exact same time every day. The reason why is simple. The man is waiting for a woman who once appeared to him in a vision of the future. He knows that she will appear at the diner. Chris knows the time when she is going to show up, but he doesn't know the day. That's why he has become a regular visitor to the diner, anticipating the arrival of the stranger. In his everyday life, Chris using his unique ability to dazzle and impress audiences with mind-boggling tricks on stage. Additionally, he regularly visits casino to win some money, but not too much in order not to arouse any suspicion. One day, while playing a poker game, Chris suddenly gets a vision. There is a risk that he will be exposed. Anticipating possible troubles, he decides to leave the table ahead of time. The man exits the casino, when he suddenly gets a new vision of a robber shooting a police officer and a casino employee. Chris decides to intervene. He springs into action and prevents the crime. However, his courageous act has not been appreciated. People has mistaken him for a crime, and soon the man becomes the subject of the chase. Thanks to his unique ability, Chris easily evades the pursuers and leaves the casino undetected. Once outside, he gets into someone else's car and quickly drives away. It turns out that the FBI has taken a keen interest in Chris. Not to capture him or put him behind bars, the Bureau has another intention. Special Agent Kelly suspects that Chris has a power of premonition that she wants to use in their search for a missing nuclear weapon that has fallen into the hands of terrorists. Chris pulls up at the garage of his good friend, a man who knows everything about him, including his unique abilities. The FBI tracks down the stolen car, and soon agents arrives at the garage too, but they don't find Chris there. He has already managed to slip away after he foresaw the situation before it happened. So, the FBI was left scratching their heads and wondering how the man managed to evade them yet again. It appears that Chris and his abilities have attracted not just the attention of the FBI. We see a man and woman speaking to the head of casino security. They inquire about Chris, and these people have specific methods to get answers. Once again, Chris comes to the same diner at the same time. He sits at the bar, and this time his waiting has led to success. The woman he has been waiting for walks through the door. He can't help but be entranced by her beauty. The man can't take his eyes off her. After collecting his thoughts, Chris starts to play out possible futures and imagines various scenarios how he could establish contact the woman. However, all his attempts are in vain. Right before her ex-boyfriend appears in the diner, he tries to speak with her and soon starts abusing her. Chris intervenes and provokes a fight, easily dealing with the man by using his ability. However, the woman doesn't appreciate his magic tricks. Finally, Chris finds the right approach. He just gives the abuser a chance to hit him. The woman instantly comes to his aid. Chris's actions impress her, and they finally get a chance to talk. Chris finds out that her name is Liz. Chris tells the woman that his car was stolen and that he is heading in the same direction as her, so the woman kindly offers him a ride. The individuals that you can see on your screens are the terrorists who are being hunted by the FBI. They are plotting to use a nuclear weapon against the United States. The man and woman who killed the head of casino security are also part of this group. They are concerned that Chris's abilities could disrupt their plans, so the terrorist leader orders them to find and eliminate him. During their journey, Chris and Liz make a stop near a settlement belonging to an Indian tribe. Liz is an English teacher who helps young children learn the language. She came to visit one of her students on his birthday. Chris surprises the boy with a magic trick, and Liz is impressed by his skill too, showing the first signs of attraction. They then continue their drive towards their destination, and during the journey Chris continues to impress Liz multiple times, bringing them closer together with each passing moment. Later on, they realize that a heavy downpour has washed out the road, making it impossible to continue their journey. The duo has no choice but to turn back and find accommodation at a nearby motel. As they enter their room, the man lights up the fireplace to create a cozy atmosphere. However, they soon discover that the room only has one bed. Being a gentleman, Chris offers the bed to Liz and takes a blanket to sleep in the car. Despite being separated, they cannot stop thinking about each other and struggle to fall asleep. The FBI receives a grave threat of a nuclear attack in multiple states. Officials are understandably concerned about such news, but they have yet to find any leads on the terrorists responsible. Callie proposes a plan to use all available resources to capture Chris, and they soon discover information about the travelers who stayed in the roadside motel. Meanwhile, Chris and Liz spend time in the motel room. He surprises her with his magic tricks, compliments her and makes her laugh. They have fun together and their charming interaction ends up making sweet love. But their time together doesn't last long. An FBI helicopter is en route to the hotel to apprehend Chris. When Liz goes out to buy food, she is confronted by agents. Callie tricks her into thinking that Chris is dangerous and mentally unstable. She asks her to help apprehend him by giving him sleeping pills. When Liz returns to the room, Chris is in the bathroom. She prepares breakfast for them and secretly adds a sleeping pill to Chris's juice. However, at the last moment, she has a change of heart and tells Chris about the FBI's plan. Chris decides to play along and pretends to drink the juice, then shows Liz his abilities to predict what will be said on TV for the next few seconds. Liz is shocked. She accuses him that Chris of seducing her using his ability. Chris explains that she's as special to him and he would never dare to do such a thing. The man convinces her of his sincerity and says what she should do. He hands her an envelope of money and writes down some instructions on a piece of paper before leaving. Callie observes Chris's actions and realizes that he is aware of everything and wants to escape. Her prediction comes true when Chris anticipates the FBI's actions and runs away from the agents. Suddenly he dodging the sniper's bullet. He has encountered the sniper sent by the terrorists. Using his ability he manages to anticipate the agents' moves and evade them. Meanwhile, Liz follows Chris's instructions and drives the car into a water tower, causing destruction and hindering the pursuers from catching him. Chris runs onto the road and stumbles upon Callie waiting for him. Suddenly, a heap of rocks and logs hurtles towards them from the mountaintop. It would have been a life-threatening situation if not for Chris's extraordinary ability to see millions of potential futures. Using his gift, he quickly selects the best outcome and saves himself and Callie from harm. However, this results in Chris being captured by the FBI, who soon pull up and take him away. Simultaneously, the terrorists find Liz and take her as a hostage. Chris finds himself restrained in a chair with kind of ice speculum and a TV in front of him. Callie requests the Chris to use his ability to see far into the future and locate the future nuclear explosion. Chris tries to do it and suddenly gets a vision. A news report about terrorists tying Liz to a chair and strapping explosives to her, resulting in her death. This horrific vision deeply disturbs Chris, but he keeps it to himself and doesn't reveal anything to Callie. When they try to put Chris in a cell, he breaks free and manages to flee from prosecution. He heads to the rooftop from the vision where Liz would die in an explosion. Callie locates Chris on the roof. He tells her about the terrible future awaiting Liz. Despite his initial reluctance, Chris agrees to work with Callie to prevent the tragedy. He uses his ability to look into the future once again and discovers the number of the van that the terrorists will use to transport Liz to the location. Chris helps the FBI track down the van and plan the assault operation, and soon it begins. During the firefight, Liz manages to escape, but the terrorists catch the hostage again, using her as a human shield to escape to a ship. Chris's ability proves invaluable as he helps the FBI take out several terrorists and eventually locate Liz, who is being held hostage by the terrorist leader. Chris manages to force him to expend all his ammunition. The terrorist is about to detonate explosives, but Callie intervenes and shoots the detonator out from his hands. The next bullet flies into the villain's head. Liz is finally free, but they still have work to do. Callie takes Chris to the earthquake detector and requests that he use his ability to foresee the future and pinpoint the time and location of the detonation. After a few moments, Chris opens his eyes and says that he has made a mistake. The nuclear explosion will occur right now and right here. Suddenly a bright flash eclipses the sky. The ground shakes violently and the devastating blast wave reaches them. Chris wakes up in a motel room next to Liz, as if nothing had happened. He realizes that what he experienced was not reality but a premonition of the future. Now he knows what to do. The man calls Callie and offers his help, but only in case if Liz will be kept safe. Chris bids farewell to the woman, promising to find her once everything is over. Soon he then meets Callie and they set off in search of the nuclear weapon. It's a cool ability, isn't it? It's interesting, guys, how you would use such a gift in your life. Write down in the comments your opinions and desires of what you would like to experience. And I, the recapper, wish you all the best in achieving your dreams. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell. Keep in touch and take care.